I'm originally from Germany.
I'm from Canada.
Originally from Texas.
I'm Australian.
I'm from the US.
Felt like back at home I was stuck to a really robotic routine.
I wanted to gain more work experience.
I'm Cassidy, aka Fale, aka Fa, aka Lei. I think I've moved so many different places that each group of friends knows me by a different name. Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer. I'm from Canada and I've been in Vietnam for about 2 years.
My name is Jessica. I am originally from Wisconsin. Well, actually I was born in Boston and then I was raised in Wisconsin, and then after I graduated I moved to Maryland.
My name is Sabrina. Originally from Texas, moved to New York and was brought to Vietnam for work.
Hi guys, my name is Vivian. I'm originally from Germany. I've been living in Vietnam for 3 years.
My name is Wendy. I'm Australian, born and raised. I moved to Vietnam about, say, 4.5 years ago.
Living here, though, is totally different. The people, the friends that you meet along the way, the business opportunities, and actually how eager the younger generation is to learn. I'm quite surprised, and I think there are so many talents now.
I just feel like you have a better chance over here.
It's a
What
lot
makes
of
it?
bigger
What makes it?
opportunity.
Yeah.
I think the capital, for sure. Like in the States, if you want to open any kind of business, rents, whatever it is, it's like
Your overhead costs.
Yeah, overhead costs is way more than here.
And for us as like Vietnamese who grew up and lived overseas, we have a certain advantage compared to all the people here. It's just easier for us to pitch things. Like we have the better education, the better academics. We speak multiple languages. They're just easier here. We're at home. We're all the same. It's so
Or not even the
competitive.
same. I feel like we're minorities at home.
Yeah.
Especially for us, at least in the States.
Yeah, in Germany, we are such a small country. We have so many people that have a PhD, doctors. We invented cars, so it's very, very difficult. Like Germans are really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're actually in the States, like I feel like we're always competing
Oh, for sure.
yeah, with like so many different like talents and like, you know, not saying that
White
like,
men. Like for my
Yeah,
job
for
at
sure.
least, like I'm competing with white men.
In a sense, I need to be louder to be heard, and need to be smarter to earn the respect of men within the industry.
and which is so strange though, because like I thought like moving to Vietnam, like, you know, everybody always says like the Vietnamese culture here is like men is on top, women, you know, we're just in your place of like being a housewife or whatever. But then I feel like maybe it's like the generation now, like women here are actually really strong, really powerful, independent, successful, and it's like it's motivating, it's inspiring.
And there was a study that I read that actually like Vietnam has the most women executives, board of directors and stuff. Like right now it's like booming for women in Vietnam.
Biggest surprise was coming here and learning that majority of the companies and businesses are run by women here instead of men, which is the assumption with the Vietnamese culture.
People don't take lashes as serious here, but at home lashes changed my life. It made me, I was able to travel, I was able to financially support myself and do a lot of things, and here it's just lashes. It's not, it can become a career, and I want to bring that here to the women here and educate them on how to properly do it correctly.
I always knew that I was going to do something within beauty. I've done almost everything. I've done hair, makeup, the whole shebang, but lashes was more so of a hobby, and from a hobby it became a career.
Yeah, we get asked for discounts all the time for all our services. They
But
want
that's the
discount.
culture of Vietnam, right?
Yeah,
you never
but
take the
whatever.
first price.
We're not a market. We're not a Vietnamese market. You can't bargain with us, and that's all. Like, if we have like some promotions going on, discounts, yes, fine. But you can't just come in and be like, I only have 500K. Can I do
They
this
say
and this?
that?
No, that happened before.
They only want to
And
check
then
it.
they're like, no, this is the most I can do for you. And then they sit and you're like, but maybe this and this and this additionally. I'm like, no, this is it.
500K, you only get one eye. One eye. One finger.
Yeah. We had all kinds of situations already which are funny, but we have to like stay strong. We can't give in because if we give one person a discount, we give in to one person. We have to give in to other people as well.
Yeah.
It also comes with believing in your work and not
Sacrifice.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like knowing your product, knowing your service, and staying true to that. Because once, you know, you let them get their way or like fall to that pressure, then you know, well, what is your service? What is your product? Is it defined by money, or is it defined by the experience or like the value that you give? So I find that, you know, just knowing and trusting your product and service, that should always be like number one. Yeah. Just a few years before I moved, I hung out with a group of friends. They were really into training. I thought I'd just give it a go. Ended up loving it. This was just at a normal gym. And then one of my really good friends, Sandy, she opened up her first F45 studio. And then I came there to support her. But then the whole community aspect at F45 just changed my entire perspective on training. Now I can't go back to a normal gym.
That's so true, because like if I'm tutoring or something, people always ask like, oh, it's so expensive, or like, can you lower? And I'm like, well, I mean, even the writing course I was doing, well, I make all of my materials, I'm providing you this service, and like it's very high quality work.
I moved here because I wanted to gain more work experience and work in international education. So I had a very specific goal. I was very focused on work. I was like, I'm gonna go and I want to work at an international school, and I just want to further my career. Like when I moved here, I didn't even pack like going out clothes, like no heels, like literally nothing, because I was just gonna focus on work. And then I came here and I had to go buy new clothes because I realized that it was not what I thought it would be. Yeah.
I feel like, especially in our line of work with like education, because it's something that you don't see the result until much longer. Yeah. So people always tend to be like, oh, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? But then they don't realize like we put a lot of effort. I am my biggest critic. And sometimes when I realize that I haven't done something right, or I haven't done something by standards of other people, I'm really hard on myself. I run a center where I do paperwork, pretty much like all the stuff that Vietnamese people don't want to do. So like they'll go to my office and like I'll do all of it for them, from immigration work to like visas, like everything. And like it's so weird because they would negotiate down to like now. It's like, oh well, you know, you're doing the same application for this kid, you're just copying on the other one, so why don't you lower your price? It's so strange.
You should be like, let your kids do it. Like I have to do my mom.
Yeah, right? Yes.
Yeah. No, even now, my mom will send me a text message like, "Can you read this? Can you translate this for me?" I'm like, "Mom, it's not like you can't translate."
My mom's always trying to show on FaceTime. Can you read this? Mom, you're not even showing
and
it.
like our Vietnamese is not good, so we're just like reading it. Cái này là tax đó mẹ.
I feel that ever since I moved here, I'm closer to my family than when I lived at home. I speak to them more. I actually, before COVID, I actually saw my parents more often than I did when I lived at home. When I lived at home, we were always busy with work, and also because we lived really far from each other. I maybe saw them once a year for Christmas, and that was about it.
I hate it when they have us call services.
Oh
like,
my God.
Comcast or like healthcare and all of that.
And you're like 12 years old and you know absolutely nothing. You have to Google or like mentally prepare yourself. Okay, how do I start? Hello, yes sir, and my name is, this is where I live. My mom wants me to ask this.
Bố mẹ Vivian hồi xưa là qua bên Đức, vượt biên qua bên Đức thì tất nhiên là không có biết nói tiếng Đức, cũng đã học qua nhưng mà học hoài cũng không có biết nói á, cho nên ở nhà từ nhỏ tới lớn là Vivian là em trai Vivian nói tiếng Việt với bố mẹ không, mà còn ra ngoài đường á nói chuyện với bạn bè á, bắt đầu đi mẫu giáo đi học á có nói tiếng Đức, còn từ nhỏ tới lớn là nói tiếng Việt ở trong nhà không, mà cho nên tiếng Việt nó cũng khá là gần.
Like I'll have students come in and it's like, oh, you know, I'll introduce myself. Hey, I'm Cassie, I'm from the US, da da da. You don't look like you're from the US.
Oh, I got that so many times. Like, Australian?
Yeah.
You look like Asia. Yes. Oh my God, I don't think. What does Asia
You
look
are
like?
Asia. You are all of Asia.
Back at home, I was teaching primary at a Catholic primary school as well. So yeah, it was very different, and I had no idea how to teach English. I never questioned why we said the things we did.
I used to, so I lived in China before for 5-6 years. I did uni there, so I had to like find a way to make extra money, which was teaching German or teaching English, which was like very normal, right? But the issue was that I look like this. That was a big issue, especially in China. Like after high school, I did not want to jump into uni. I didn't know what I wanted. And I was very addicted to Chinese television series, and I really wanted to visit and see what I've been watching on TV all this time.
So for some reason, I was like, China is like a big economy. Maybe I can convince my parents to let me go to China, study Chinese. Stayed up at the beginning was just like for a few months. So I convinced my parents. So I went to China, and instead of staying there for 3 months, it ended up being 5 years. Because I looked the way I look, it was harder for me.
Yeah.
And so I ended up getting all the difficult students. The students that no one could handle were given to me, and like for a lower price as well most of the time.
Yeah. Crazy. You get discrimination in your own country.
Because I have friends who work in language centers, and like literally one friend told me the mom straight up like walked up and said like she doesn't want to this person teaching her kid, they have to switch. So then actually they switched the kid to another class where they had a white teacher. Yeah, and my friend is Vietnamese American.
Yeah, I've had that. Like
They're just not even like super blunt, like not even like respectful or nice about it.
Yeah.
because they're paying.
Yes. Yeah.
So like they think that gives them the right to like, so that's why I feel like, being in the service industry, it's so difficult because that's what we're dealing with, right?
Being here has given me so many experiences that I did not expect at all. I was just focused on work, and I knew, I'm going to go and gain some work experience in the international education world, which I have, and I've learned so much from so many great people, and I have great mentors at my workplace now. But what I didn't expect was to grow in a very personal way.
Teaching over here, it was like a huge step back, and I was just like, because then I walked into this classroom, and then there was this student that I've never taught before, and then the classroom next to me, we had glass walls so you can see everything. There were 2 white males in that class, and then the student was just like, and I'm like, is something wrong? It's like, why is he not here? I mean, it taught me a lot of patience as well, and also that I'm capable of anything if I set my mind to it, and you're never like too old to learn something new. I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much to that guy because he wanted a white person. It's just, it sucks that like, we're at this time and age and it's still happening.
It's hard, like the whole discrimination thing, like that happens to us in the US. But then like coming back to Vietnam, like I can't believe it happens.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is very sad, yeah.
I mean, in addition to that, like being discriminated for being a woman too. Like
you gave me that too.
I feel like Sabrina like probably experienced that the most, like because your line of work is not.
It's male dominant.
Yeah. Like
Literally, I'm the only woman
and you're like
in all the meetings.
And you're in like a really high position too.
Like I think they, for some reason, just put us all on a pedestal. So I feel very confident when I step into a meeting with a bunch of locals. In a sense, I don't know why, but yeah. But when it's like with my VPs and EVPs, it's a little bit different. I've been in meetings straight up, someone would straight up tell me, oh, you better lift up those skirts and go negotiate that price.
What?
Yeah. I think because in America it's control and there's laws.
Because of laws.
There's like you can't say anything, but here there's no law against that. Like you can say whatever, you can like just do whatever and get away with it. And
Vietnam's not there yet.
You kind of have to start all over here with friendships, with everything. You don't have that support system. It's more of just you're on your own fully in a new country.
But anyways, ladies, I think our struggles makes us strong. So let's cheers to that and clean up. Great workout today. Cheers!
Strength comes with being resilient. Things that you can't change or like things that are out of your control, you can't let it consume you. You kind of just got to accept it, move on and do what you can to make yourself better.
When I think about strength, I think about mental strength and how much mental strength you need to get through certain things. Like I think about my parents and my family's challenges, and they are, warriors. They have strength for going through what they did to provide for me. And when I think about that, it's a lot of mental strength and mental effort.
It's all about confidence, build that confidence, get that attitude, and it's very important to know how to say no to things.
I think my definition of strength would be my mother. Her coming to the States on her own, raising two of us, my sister and I, as a single mom, not speaking the language, starting her own business and everything.
Pushing through when you feel like you can't do it anymore. In the beginning, I thought it would be extremely glamorous to be able to travel, to be able to develop this new, it's a fresh start. But I forgot the part where starting over is very hard.
To understand your flaws, to recognize them, and then to overcome them, and also to give yourself time and understand that nothing is perfect. I think once I've accomplished that, I think I'm very strong.